Hi, here for a review of He-Man, Masters of the Universe. This is the latest He-Man movie. I saw it. I'm not very big on the He-Man franchise. I didn't watch it as a kid. It's definitely something that was very important for Gen X. For me, it just never hit me. I did watch one version of the animated series in 2002 of He-Man Masters of the Universe, and I liked it. But then again, I was just a kid, so I mean, hey, anything animated as a kid, you're gonna love. But even then, I sort of gravitated to more adult animation stuff from Japan and stuff. So He-Man never really stuck for me. Flash forward now, and we get this new live action take on He-Man Masters of the Universe. The last time they did that was in the 80s with Dolph Lundgren playing the main character of He-Man, and now here we go. So, movie starts out with the character of Adam, who is a prince of Eternia, this kind of mythical, fantastical land, and he's separated from his royal family by Skeletor, who him and his minions take over and get the take down the king and the queen, and they're able to like take over everything. And Adam is sent to Earth. I was looking forward to this movie because I'm into anything fantasy based, anything with a deep mythology to it. Just look at stuff like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, Marvel, DC. I love that stuff. It's one of my favorites. And I was hoping that He-Man would live up to that and, create like a really cool, lore to it that I'd be interested in. And I hate to say it, this movie really sucked. This movie was incredibly boring, horrible dialogue, okay action, but really there wasn't that much of it. And I just didn't care about these characters, and everything that they said that came out of their mouths was just stupid. I towards the story, he's on his quest to get the sword of power, which enables him to become He-Man. And the movie does tell a story of like finding your inner masculinity, finding that hidden power within you, and that's all well and good. But between that, the characters are just really stupid, and all the dialogue to me just felt corny and dumb. It felt like a Saturday morning cartoon, really. And for me, I would have rather this felt like an elevated fantasy film in the style of stuff like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. I mean, hell, I think Tom Cruise's old fantasy movie Legend is better than this movie. Like movie just doesn't have anything that's menacing or fun. And even the stuff with Jared Leto as Skeletor, I mean, it's good. He does a great performance, but you know, that was just the villain. The hero of He-Man to me just seemed like lame, and just the way he was characterized. I just never, thought that Adam was that cool of a character. And when he became He-Man, it just didn't change. He was still that guy. There wasn't like a difference between Adam and then you saw, He-Man, who's a different person, more mature. You didn't have that. He was like the same kind of character doing quippy jokes that just didn't hit, and that was stupid. And yeah, the music was just okay, but everything else I just didn't really care for, and the CG didn't look that great. Um, Idris Elba's in it as Man of War, and it just he was okay. Um, you know, it just wasn't that good. I didn't really care for this movie. Um, this could have been a really good movie, but it just failed. I mean, there are some parts. Again, Idris Elba, Man at Arms. Like I think he was good, and he had a really good fight sequence with a villain in the story. But no, I can't recommend this movie to anyone. And there were just so many points where it kept bringing in the real world into the fantasy world, and I hated that. It just broke the illusion of Eternia and what people have told me that Eternia is a really cool place. because the people I've talked to all played with the original toys and stuff and watched the animated show back in the 80s and said, yeah, Eternia is fun. It has that Star Wars Lord of the Rings vibe to it. But I just didn't see it in this movie. And yeah, I probably will not watch this movie again. It's not a rewatch for me. And yeah, it's a big disappointment. But it's probably a bigger disappointment for He-Man fans that have been looking forward to this. And this is just another good example of like, if you want to create a fantasy world, you have to have the person kind of be in it. You kind of have to make it kind of feel lived in, but not too fantastical, but still have that mythic quality to it. And, this movie failed on that front. And yeah, I would not recommend this movie. And I'd encourage you to check out something else that's better than this. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any opinions on it, or if you actually preferred it. You actually liked this new Masters of the Universe movie. Just let me know. But yeah, it was not a great movie. Anyway, all right, guys, have a good one, and I'll see ya. Bye.